Hey, I'm Rachel Finsauce, and I want to tell you about a collaboration between Chris Larson and Michael Kimpur. It's called The House Beyond the End of the Road. We want to take the Breuer house, the house Chris burned down last year at St. Paul's Northern Spark Art Festival, and send it to Kenya, not to burn it down. We want to turn the Breuer house into a clinic for the kids at Daylight Center, and we need your support. Daylight was founded in 2008 by Michael Kimpur. It's located beyond the end of the main road out of Nairobi, on the edge of the desert, in a town called Kapenguria. It educates over 250 kids, which over half were orphaned by ongoing tribal warfare in the rural areas. Michael was once one of these kids, driven from his home at 8 years old by cattle raiders. Kids are getting sick with malaria and fevers and coughs. We need a place to deworm kids and do first aid and general diagnostics. The closest clinic right now is an hour away by car, and Daylight doesn't have reliable vehicles at its disposal. We need a clinic at Daylight. So you might be asking yourself, how did a contemporary artist connect with a leader in rural Kenya running a school for orphans? There are 3 strong connections between Chris Larson and Michael Kimpur. First, there's the city of St. Paul. That's the place where all of this happened. Second, there's Bethel University, a college in St. Paul where both Michael and Chris went to school. Michael got his master's degree in organizational leadership. And Chris, he got an undergraduate degree in art. They're Bethel brothers, as Michael puts it. Finally, there's a St. Paul church called House of Mercy. House of Mercy is the fiscal sponsor for Daylight Center. And House of Mercy happens to be the church that Chris helped found 16 years ago and still attends today. Michael and Chris started talking about a year ago over the phone. During those conversations, they came up with a crazy idea. When Michael was in the US, he saw museums full of children looking at his people's sacred masks behind glass. He realized the magnitude of what had been stolen from his people. The House Beyond the End of the Road flips that on its head. Chris and Michael came up with the idea to send a piece of Western art to Kenya for Daylight to choose how to use it. What Michael and Daylight Center want and desperately need is a clinic. Here's Michael.
A special masterpiece of an architecture up there in Minnesota, which was done by a legend of an artist called Breuer. And I've been to the site where that building is. I've taken a look, and it's really a special kind of building. And Chris, Larson, and I would like to transfer that architecture over here in Kenya at Daylight, at this very spot where I'm standing. It's quite an undertaking because we plan to build that building here, but we plan to turn it around and use it as a clinic for these children.
We've been working on this project for the past year, and we need your help to make it reality. We want to educate young leaders to transform Kenya's nomadic, war-torn culture, but they need to be healthy to learn. We want to take the Breuer house from the United States, from St. Paul, Minnesota, and send it across the ocean to Kapenguria, Kenya, to Daylight, to the town beyond the end of the road, so that the 250 Daylight kids can have an easily accessible clinic. But it's not going to be easy. Everything will be purchased and hired locally in Kapenguria. The bricks, the workers, the project managers. We don't need to buy land. The house will be on property Daylight supporters have already purchased. But we still need your help. The total cost for all of this is $75,000. Anything you can contribute will go to making this Breuer House Clinic a reality. We need all of us giving what we can to pull it off. We need everyone to give what they can to get Daylight a building, because Daylight needs a building. We need a building.
We need this building. We need a building.
We need a building.
Let's build this building. Yeah, thank you.
We need a building. Please donate. Thank you.
We can't do it without you. Let's make the house beyond the end of the road a reality. Please donate.